Entertainment World Soldier here, and I am back to talk about Star Wars The Clone Wars, Season 7, Episode 1, Bad Batch. I'm going to say this right now, it was a great fucking episode. I loved it. It was exciting. It was... Oh man, it was so good to see Clone Wars back. It really was. In this episode, there's not really much to complain about. I love all the characters, especially the Bad Batch that come in. I love it all. I should say, full disclosure, I think I watched it about 5 years ago when it came out on YouTube. So I'm happy that, Disney have brought Clone Wars back. I'm happy that they're making us wait weeks to see each Clone Wars episode. No. And here's my reason. Because we can already watch all these episodes already. What Disney should have done is had the first episode just been a movie, basically. Just have a Bad Batch movie, and it would have been great. But, Disney decided to go this way. Fair enough. But at the end of the day, I love this episode. I love the writing. I love the Bad Batch. And I hope that we keep getting good episodes like this. And they haven't changed anything. Because there is reports that Disney has fucked around with scenes, especially today. Apparently, in the next episode I'm going to be watching, they've changed something. I'll talk about that in my review of the next episode, but this one's about episode 1. So I'm going to go into spoilers now. So if you haven't watched the episode, go away now. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You've been warned. Okay, done. So the episode starts off with the normal stuff. Recap of what's going on. So, the Separatists have attacked Anaxis, which is the Republic's building facility where they build most of their ships and stuff. So the Separatists try and knock it out, so, they do serious damage to the Republic. And the Republic's there to fend them off and, beat them and all that stuff. But turns out the Separatists have some way of figuring out all the plans, all the tactics of the Republic. So the Republic doesn't understand what's going on. Then we go to a scene where Mace Windu and Anakin are talking to each other about it, and the fact that they lose an axis, it's a serious loss to the Republic. We then get Cody and Rex walking in and pretty much explaining to Mace Windu, we think we know how the Separatists are this good, to be honest. And it's like, they must have figured out a way of predicting our tactics, because Rex is the one who apparently he makes the tactics for the Republic's attacks, and he uses this certain, algorithm to plot his, to make his battle plans. So the Separatists have pretty much figured out how to predict his plans, basically. So he's pretty much like... So Rex is telling Mace Windu, we need to attack the Separatists' cyber station, or cyber relay or something, and find out how they're doing this, and stop it at the same time. So Cody then suggests that they bring in a special team to deal with this, called... Well, he doesn't tell them yet, but Mace Windu and Anakin agree, and then Rex goes back to his barracks and to look at a picture of Echo and Fives. And, it was sad to see them both go, and this is pretty much a scene that's showing the war's getting to Rex. You saw it last season when, he's questioning why he's fighting this war. Is it worth it? This episode is kind of just that continuing on. Like, he's questioning it. He doesn't understand why he's fighting anymore. So I like that scene, because I've been a soldier myself, and you do question yourself sometimes. You do question everything. Is it worth it? Am I wasting my life? Or, so, yeah, again, that's why I like Rex, because, I've been where he's at in, like, that sort of career. So I wasn't a sergeant, I was a private, but, So yeah, he's looking at a picture, Cody comes over, he pretty much, says that to her. Cody's like, why are we fighting this war? And then Cody's like, cheer up, we're going to have to do this mission for the Jedi to save the Republic and all that. And they go, and he explains who these guys are, who he's bringing in. And he says this is a clone force called Clone Force 99. Now, for people who don't know what 99 stands for, it's for the clone trooper who died on Kamino, who always wanted to be a soldier, but because of his condition, they wouldn't let him fight. But he died trying to save Kamino. So Cody's pretty much went to the Kaminoans and said, listen, not all of these reject clones are rejects. We can pick from the best ones and make a special force. And that's what he's pretty much done. He's made a special forces of these clones who have special abilities, which is very interesting. Because the clones all look alike, and all they ever actually do is either paint stuff on their faces or have a haircut. But these clones look very different, which I actually do like. So the Clone Force 99 lands their ship. It pretty much makes a massive racket and everything. Like people are jumping out of the way, and it lands, and get the whole scene with all of the Clone Force 99 getting off the ship, and you see their uniforms. You see they are different. Like some of them, like massively different. Like one's a massive guy, one's a really skinny guy, and Hunter. And Hunter just has a face tattoo or something, and different type of hair. But let's actually go through the Clone Force 99. And so it starts off with Hunter, and Hunter is a clone trooper who can sense electricity in the planet. So that's pretty, useful trying to track droids and stuff. Like he can, feel energy. So yeah, he's a godsend to the Republic, because again, he could feel, not clones. He can feel robots, and the droid armies are pretty much all droids. So he can pretty much, that's what he's good for. And he's also the leader of the team. And he does look a lot like Rambo. I mean, it is uncanny how much he does look like Rambo. And I kind of think that's what they're going for. But he's very softly spoken for a Rambo type. I know Rambo didn't, shout and stuff until he was in combat, but yeah. So yeah, Hunter. I think Hunter's a great character. He doesn't carry a blast. He does carry a pistol blaster, but doesn't carry a massive blaster. He's mainly somebody who focuses on his vibroblade, which again, I gotta say this: the vibroblades, the design on those vibroblades are fantastic. It looks amazing. And I'm so glad that little details like that are looked at. They don't try to cheapen it out and make everything look the same, because this is Disney and they are a bunch of cheapskates at some point. And well, when you've seen what they've done to Star Wars as a whole, you can't trust Disney not to fuck anything else up. So going into this, it's amazing, but there's always that concern that Disney are going to fuck it up somehow. So that's Hunter. We then get over to Tech, who's just your atypical easy guy, deals with the technology side. He's a smart aleck. He has a lot of information, and I do like his helmet as well. It's like it's got a little scanner thing that he can pop up and down. So yeah, I like that about Tech. He's an interesting character. We then get to Crosshair, and Crosshair is that lanky guy, really skinny guy. I love the tattoo of him having what is it? Oh, what is it? Well, he's got a kind of cross thing over his eye, like over his helmet. Because again, that's another thing which we're seeing, the little details in this. You see on his helmet that his right eye side has got a wider kind of lens on it. Because as you normally see on a clone trooper's helmets, they have a visor, but on his visor it has a lot more area on it, so he can see a lot more in through his rifle lens. And I think that's actually, you don't see that a lot in cartoons. They're taking this fine detail and making it actually make a lot of sense, because if he's a sniper, oh damn it, if he's a sniper, he's going to need a lot more eye kind of observation, because that's what he is. He's a sniper. He fights from long distance. He needs a lot more area to look up around. If you're an infantry soldier, you're pretty much just going in close, but he's a sniper, so he's back. So again, little details like that make it fucking very interesting. I also like the fact he's, he can be a bit sarcastic, and he's just, I think he's kind of like, he wants to get into arguments with people, and I like that sort of character. So that's Crosshair. We then get to the last one, but I think the best one, Wrecker, and he is just insane. I mean, he's just like, the cavalry has arrived. I love that. He's a very interesting character, and his abilities are pretty much, he's as strong as an ox. He's just massive and strong, and well, what else do you need? So, he's interesting, and I love his fucking vibroblade because he shows it to the clones when he gets off, and I just like him. I think he's a great character. So that's the Bad Batch. So the Bad Batch have come over here because they're there on an Axis to help the Republic with this mission to storm a what's it again? A cyber center to find out how the Separatists are breaking their codes. So Rex and Cody tell them to get on the transport. They all do, and then we go to pan to a scene with a gunship flying over some valley. Crosshair starts to say, we don't normally work with regs, and then it kind of pisses off one of the other clone troopers, and he has to explain, no, he's not being offensive, he's just saying we don't normally work with regular clones. And so, again, this is what Crosshair's like. He just wants to start a fight. And again, that's what makes him a great character. And Cody then tells them what the plan is. They're there to find out information from the Cyber Center so that they can see why Separatists are kicking the Republic's ass. At this moment, a scout team from the droid army sees them, reports it back to his captain or whatever the droids have there, and they then fire upon the gunship. Gunship gets hit, falls right to the ground, and then boom, and pilot apparently dies. I mean, it must be horrible being a pilot in the clone army, because you're the one that always dies. I just find that funny. It's like, because when it does crash, everybody gets that transport, but only Cody's left in there. They have to get Cody out, and Wrecker, he's fucking strong as an ox. He picks up the entire gunship, he throws it down, picks Cody up, and walks away. And when I watch that scene, I'm always like, well, what about the fucking pilot? You don't know if he's dead yet. He just leaves him there, and then the transport blows up. So again, I just thought that was weird. But that's what happened in the scene. Cody gets saved. Then the droid army pretty much attack in like a massive number. Rex says we've got to get in like an offensive formation and propel the droids. And Hunter says that's not what we do. We attack. We don't defend. So Wrecker grabs the door of the gunship, puts it in front of them. They run as a four right at a droid army, firing at them, killing a few of them. Then they stop. Wrecker puts it into the ground, and then Hunter grabs a grenade, electrocution grenade, I don't know, an EMP grenade? Yeah, an EMP grenade, and he throws it. Tech measures the distance. He tells Crosshair fires. It then stuns a bunch of droids. They then do it again. Same thing happens. Tech tells Crosshair fires. Bunch of droids get knocked out. And then they all disperse and attack what's left of the droid army. And then knock it the fuck out. Which is pretty much great. I mean, it was a great scene. I liked it. And I love how they finally changed the sound of the clones' pistols, because the clones' pistols used to always sound like the clones' blasters, And that kind of always annoyed me about that. I know people are going to say that's such a small thing to be like complaining about from the other series of Clone Wars. But it's like, because pistols don't sound the same as rifles. Rifles don't sound the same as submachine guns. Submachine guns don't sound the same as light machine gun. I mean, light heavy weapons. It's just it's again. This is like fine details are being changed, and I like that. I like the fact they've changed the pistol sound, so when you hear it, you can tell it's a pistol or it's a rifle or something. So again, I know it's a stupid detail, but for me, I thought that was very interesting. So Cody, he needs to get back to a hospital because if he doesn't, he's gonna die. The doctor who's gone with them pretty much suggests that he'll go back to Clone Lines. I don't know. Goes back to Clone Lines and get into a doctor. Rex then takes over the mission as a leader. Tells Hunter that we still got to attack the facility so we can grab the information and pretty much guarantee that we don't lose an Axis. So Hunter agrees. They all go away. They'll head off for some sort of tower that's nearby the cyber center, and then the scene ends there. What else happens? Oh yeah, we do get a little scene where the clone troopers, the normal clone troopers that are with Rex, kind of try to ask about Hunter, like, well, what's wrong with Hunter, because he doesn't look weird, doesn't look like he has any special abilities. And then Tech kind of tells them about his whole, like, he can feel energy in the planet, and he can feel, like, technology from the droids and stuff. So we got that scene. We then go on to another scene where the droid commander arrives with a bunch of commando droids, and they explain to Trench, because he's the guy leading the separatist forces on Axis, that this attack doesn't feel like a normal attack. Tech tries to ask about, was there Jedi there, because that would kind of explain how only clones were able to destroy a bunch of droids. The droids say no, this is something we have never seen before, and Trench tries to figure out what's going on, tells the droids to search out and find whoever's done this so he can find out what's going on. That scene ends. We then get a scene where what is it? Hold on. We then get a scene, where the clones scout a tower facility, the one they're trying to get to, and Rex splits up the team. He's going to go into the front, the other's going to go into the back. They attack the facility, bang, bang, boom. It's a major scene. And then they take out all the droids, they go up the elevator and kill what's left in there. And it's pretty much an advantage point looking down on the cyber facility which they need to get to. And Tech tries to tell them that there's not a lot of security at the cyber facility, but there are reinforcements on the way trying to get to them because they're reinforcing themselves, because they know that there's a special forces team in the area trying to attack the cyber facility. So Hunter tells them, let's take some bikes and head down to the facility and attack it. They do, grab the bikes, they go down there. Trench, the droids go to the tower facility, pretty much tell Trench they've come and gone, what should we do? Trench then calls the droids at the cyber facility, tells them to be on the alert because they're going to get attacked soon. By the time he tells them, they already are getting attacked. The commander droid gets sniped by Crosshair, and then the clones attack, and it's a battle scene. What do you want me to explain? They attack, kill a bunch of droids. It's funny. Tech and Rex go into the facility. Tech cracks the cyber code and figures out where this signal is coming from. And it is coming from... well, it's coming from the Techno Union's planet. I'm not sure what it's called because I didn't catch it. I didn't write it down, unfortunately. but it's coming from Techno Union Army. But that's not the biggest surprise that happens. The biggest surprise is who's the person saying it. And it turns out the person who's telling the Separatists all this information is Echo. Somehow Echo has survived the battle on the prison planet and is now somehow helping the Separatists. And then pretty much Rex is like, Hunter's got to tell Rex, like, listen, we've got to get the hell out of here. The droids are running us. Rex then pretty much reluctantly puts on his helmet and joins, and they fight their way out. Crosshairs manage to grab a transport. He drives down, picks them all up, and they flee. And then boom, he talks to Tech. Tech tries to ask him who's Echo, and he's like an old friend. And then the episode ends, and boom. So that was episode 1 of this new series of Clone Wars. And I liked it. I really did. I love the fact they looked at the fine details of the Clone Wars. They've changed a few things, and that's fantastic. This episode was exciting. There was nothing canon breaking. I love Bad Batch. Favourite Bad Batch guy has to be Wrecker. Who the hell doesn't like Wrecker? He's amazing. And the rest of the Bad Batch are fine as well. I'm going to give this episode a 9 out of 10. Okay, it's an amazing episode. I suggest you watch it. And it's good to actually be reviewing something for once that doesn't piss me off and make me angry. That's actually pretty good. I have nothing but praise for this episode. I would give it a 10 out of 10, but I did think it was a bit too short. I think there should have been a bit more time put into the episode, but that's just me. It's a stupid, reason to take a point off, but that's what I'm doing. It's a 9 out of 10. It's a great episode. Please watch it. Please show some support for this good Star Wars instead of Disney shit Star Wars. So that's my review. Like the video if you like it. Give it a dislike if you dislike it. And do comment below and tell me, did you enjoy this episode, or were you somebody who thinks this episode was crap? And do subscribe if you like my videos. This is Entertainment World Soldier. Bye.